if just one Republican in either the House or the Senate keeps a campaign promise to protect women's reproductive health, we can stop this ban.
That was North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper's hopeful speech last Saturday before he vetoed a 12-week abortion ban sent to his desk by the Republican-controlled state legislature. 3 days later, Republican state lawmakers overrode Cooper's veto. And they were able to do so after only recently obtaining a supermajority in the legislature. But who exactly wants this in North Carolina? And I ask that question because according to a Meredith College poll of North Carolina voters in February, over half of respondents wanted to keep the old law's 20-week abortion access or expand it. Joining me now is North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. Governor Cooper, thank you very much for coming to the Saturday show. Why did Republicans push for this new 12-week abortion ban when a majority of North Carolina voters prefer the less restricted ban?
It's amazing how they've ignored the will of the people here. Most North Carolinians do not want right-wing politicians in the exam room with women and their doctors. But Republicans are controlled by their right wing. And in fact, as you heard, not a single Republican stepped up. Not a single Republican kept a campaign promise to protect women's reproductive freedom like they said they would. Mm-hmm. And therefore, you have unified Republicans who are all together in an assault on women's reproductive freedom. This legislation slaps women in the face. It's an insult. The people of North Carolina are mad. They pushed this thing through so fast. It took them 42 hours to turn back the clock 50 years. And they did it in the dark of night because they didn't want anybody to know what was in this legislation because they know the people don't support it. Yet they pushed it through. And they're saying they're going to come back for more.
Incredible. I mean, Governor, as you know, this all happened because a North Carolina legislator campaigned as a pro-choice Democrat and then switched parties to vote for abortion restrictions. Have you talked to that legislator about their switch and their rationale for doing so?
We talked quite a bit during the time, particularly as she was considering her switch, and we were facing a lot of issues where I knew she had stood with Democrats for years. We have a lot more issues coming up. One of the reasons she said that she flipped was because she needed more opportunity for freedom of thought. Imagine that in the Republican Party. But what I've urged her to do is to stand up to her new party, just like she stood up to her old one, and keep campaign promises that she made to her constituents and the people of North Carolina. You know, I think Republicans did this so fast because they were trying to avoid lighting a fire under Democrats and independents. And they have failed in that regard because that fire is blazing now. There were thousands at that rally. People are ready for the elections coming up next year. Every single House and Senate seat is up for grabs right now. And we will never, ever give up in our battle to protect women's health. And in fact, this legislation that was passed is contradictory. It's confusing. As I was making arguments against the bill, their Republican leadership argued with me that their bill was less restrictive than I had warned. And the reason they did that was they were trying to hold on to their swing Republicans. Now, as the bill gets implemented, we're going to work to make their arguments come true and to create as much access for women as we can under this new legislation.
Well, Governor, this segues nicely into the overall discussion, the broader discussion about what this ban in North Carolina means for the national debate over reproductive rights, because what happened in North Carolina, the 12-week ban, South Carolina passed the House Republicans passed a 6-week ban. Montana, the governor signed a ban on second trimester abortion procedures. Nebraska adds 12-week abortion proposal to a bill. And then also, not included in that graphic, Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida signed into law a 6-week abortion ban. How do you think this will play out nationwide for Republicans?
Well, first, unfortunately, women will die because of these bans, and women's health will be hurt in all of these areas, particularly women who have hourly jobs, already have children, don't have a high income. This legislation that Republicans drew up made them come to the clinic several times, made it more onerous to get care. And so you're going to see a lot of people suffer for that. And I think what it means that this issue is going to be front and center in the 2024 elections. President Biden has promised his support, and I think you're going to see in states all over the country where, unfortunately, this battle is being fought because of the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Your zip code shouldn't determine your constitutional rights, but unfortunately, that's where we are. More attention needs to be paid to governor's races and to state legislative races, because this is where those issues are going to be decided. And in North Carolina, I've told the president, I believe that we can win North Carolina for him. We'll be electing a new Democratic governor to take office in January of 2025, and we're going to work hard to break the supermajority in the North Carolina legislature.